Many people enter January with the resolution that they want to journal more. They want to be more reflective. They want to reduce stress. They even want to create a gratitude journal. I think all those things are great, but that's not the reason why I journal. I have journaled for 30 plus years. And let me just say, I have all the plastic bins to prove it. But why I journal is it's a running account of what God is doing in my life. And I think if you change your perspective as to why you journal, you might actually realize why you love journaling so much. I can pick up a journal and I am taken back to that exact moment. I remember the journals where I was reading about all the little things that was happening in my life, but I didn't know it at the time, but God was planting seeds in order to birth the marketplace. I remember when I made a decision to quit my job as the director of finance at a large church after 11 years to launch the marketplace. People thought I was crazy. Actually, I thought I was crazy. If I leaned on myself, I probably wouldn't have done it, but I truly believed God called me to do it. But I wrote all of those things down. And I will tell you, when I read them, I get a little stressed out because I'm taken back to that time. But why I love reading it is because it gives me a running account of everything that had to happen in order for me to be where I am today. For me, my journals are my stones of remembrance. It shows me and reminds me how God has never left me. Let me just say, a year ago, my social media account was hacked. It was overwhelming. I lost over 8,000 followers in that split second. But what I did was I leaned into my journals. I went back and remembered the time God said, I want you to travel around the world. I want you to sit with those who have leprosy and listen to those who've been trafficked and hear their story. I hopped on a plane, went 26,000 miles in 23 days and did just that. I went to Kenya, India, Thailand, Cambodia, and had an adventure of a lifetime. But let me just say, I wouldn't have done that had not all the other things happened before. I remember quitting my job after 11 years, and people told me flat out, you are going to fail. But I had to trust that God told me to do it, and I did it. Then there was a time that God said, buy a fashion truck. I didn't even know what a fashion truck was at the time. This was before fashion trucks, when food trucks were just being launched. So I bought a fashion truck. Then in 2019, God said, close the Oak Street Mill. This was our store in the community. Everyone thought I was crazy. I thought I was crazy because the store was still profitable, but I went ahead and I did it. And almost 1 year to the date, COVID hit and we were in lockdown. Then God said, sell the fashion truck. And I sold the fashion truck. I was thinking, this is a crazy move. But in 3 days, God brought a buyer and it was for the asking price. This is why I journal. I journal to remind myself that God has taken me from point A to point B, and I had to have all those things in between, but I didn't see it at the time. So when I look back a year ago at that hack where I was really overwhelmed, and I went back to my journals and saw what God did and is doing in my life, I realized it's okay, because I will be okay. And in that process, I launched something new, the text marketing called the Marketplace Insiders. And it has been one of the best ways that I've been able to communicate with our customers. So while all those things are true, while you'll reduce stress, while you can write a gratitude journal, and it'll even help you sleep because you have less stress, that is not the reason to write a journal. A journal should be your heartfelt thoughts, and you get to it's a chronicle of what God is doing in you and for you. So whenever you have a hard time, you can go back and pick up your journal. That is why I journal. So let 2023 be the year that you lean in and you journal and you document what God is doing for you.